Hey there, welcome. So, you've got a newborn, and those first 3 months? Wow, what a ride, right? In this explainer, we're going to walk through a simple guide to make this time less about stress and way more about connection and, just enjoying your new baby.
First off, are you feeling a little, or maybe a lot, overwhelmed? Let me just say, take a deep breath. You are so not alone. This is a brand new chapter for everyone, and it's totally normal to feel like you're just figuring it all out as you go.
Okay, let's simplify things right from the get-go. Here's the most important thing to remember. Your baby's only job right now is to eat and sleep. That's it, seriously. And what that means for you is you literally cannot spoil them. Every single cuddle, every hug, it's all building this amazing foundation of security and love. So please, don't hold back.
All right, so let's dive into the first and probably the most important piece of the puzzle, feeding. Honestly, this is the foundation for pretty much everything else.
So when it comes to what they're eating, you've got two fantastic options. Breast milk, it's amazing. Super easy for a baby's tummy to digest. But hey, if that's not an option for whatever reason, Stage 1 formula is an absolutely great and healthy alternative. And just a quick side note here, your baby gets all the water they need from their milk, so you don't need to worry about giving them extra water at all.
Okay, so how much should they be eating? Well, the magic number we're aiming for at each feeding is right around 2.5 to 3 ounces. That's usually just the right amount to fill up that tiny little stomach and give them all the fuel they need to grow without making them feel uncomfortably full.
All right, now for a step that so many new parents kind of gloss over, but it's a total game changer, burping. I'm talking a full 15 minutes after every single feeding. I know, it can feel like a long time, but trust me, this is your secret weapon against trapped air, painful gas, and all that messy spit up that can make everyone miserable.
And all of this leads us to what I like to call the happy baby cycle. It's so simple. Eat, burp, sleep. You get a full feeding in, you do that really thorough burping session, and what do you get? A happy, comfy baby who can sleep for a solid 2 to 3 hours. If you can nail this cycle, you've basically unlocked the secret to a much more peaceful newborn phase.
Speaking of sleep, that cycle leads us right into our next big topic. A baby who's well-fed and well-burped is a sleepy baby for sure, but there's still a few things you can do to help them build healthy habits right from the very beginning.
First things first, don't freak out about how much they sleep. Newborns can snooze for up to 18, even 20 hours a day. I'm not kidding. Their life is basically eat, have a tiny bit of awake time, and then it's right back to dreamland. That's exactly what their little brains and bodies need to be doing right now. Now, here's a pro tip for helping them get into a good sleep rhythm for the long run. During the day, just let them nap with all the normal light and sounds of the house going on. But at nighttime, you want to create a totally different vibe. Make the room dark, keep things quiet and calm. This is how you help their internal clock figure out that crucial difference between day and night. Okay, we've talked about what goes in, so now let's talk about, well, what comes out. Yep, we're talking about digestion. Believe it or not, your baby's diaper is like a little window into their health. So let's take a look at what you should expect to see. So here's the deal. What's normal? You're probably going to see about 4 to 8 poopy diapers a day. The color should be a kind of yellowy brown, and the texture will be soft, maybe even a little liquidy. Now, the red flags to watch out for are any big, drastic changes. If it suddenly gets really watery, frothy, or, and this is the important one, if you see any blood, that's your cue to give the doctor a call. Okay, here's a fun fact that totally surprises most parents, especially if you're breastfeeding. It is completely 100% normal for your baby to go 10 or even up to 14 days without pooping. Why? Well, breast milk is just so efficient that their little bodies absorb almost all of it, leaving very little waste behind. As long as they're not bloated, super fussy, or spitting up a ton, it's all good, nothing to worry about.
All right, so we've covered the basics of eating, sleeping, and pooping. But beyond all that, these first few months are just an incredible time of growth. So let's shift gears and talk about the amazing development that's happening and the super important role you play through bonding.
Man, so much is happening inside that little body. Around the 2 or 3 month mark, you'll start to see them lifting their head up during tummy time. You'll hear those adorable little cooing sounds, and my personal favorite, they'll start smiling back at you. Just keep in mind, their vision is still a work in progress, so they see best when you're up close and everything's kind of blurry and in black and white for them.
You have so much power in those quiet little moments. Seriously, when you're feeding them, just talking to them, saying their name and smiling, it does more than you could ever imagine. You're teaching them that you are their safe place, their source of warmth. You're building a bond that's going to last a lifetime.
Okay, to wrap things up, let's go over a few absolutely crucial reminders for keeping your newborn safe and clean.
Think of these as the non-negotiables.
If you only remember one single safety rule from this entire explainer, please make it this one. Always put your baby on their back to sleep. Every nap, every night, no exceptions. This is the single most effective thing you can do to reduce the risk of SIDS.
Now for daily hygiene, just keep it simple. A bath with room temperature water is all they need. You can follow that up with a little gentle moisturizer. And while that little umbilical stump is still there, just remember to clean around it twice a day with some alcohol on a cotton swab until it falls off all by itself.
So, are you ready to create some happiness for your little one? Look, these first 3 months, they're a journey of learning and love for sure. But by just focusing on these simple things, eating, sleeping, and bonding, you're doing so much more than just taking care of a baby. You are laying the foundation for a secure, happy, wonderful little person. You've totally got this.